Hello, learners. It's good to be here again. I trust you're safe. I trust that you've been observing personal hygiene, been washing your hands regularly with soap and water. You've also been using the hand sanitizer. If we keep doing this, before you know it, coronavirus will be out of our world, and then we'll be free to see ourselves again. We'll be free to hug ourselves. We'll be free to travel to wherever we want to go to school, go to church, go to mosque, see our friends, go to the park, to the mall, to the cinema, and have fun. And also, don't forget to always pray for the health workers, the doctors and nurses that take care of the sick people in the hospital. All right, it's story time again. So let's sing our story time song. Story time, tell your friends it's story time. Story time, bring your friends along. Story time, tell your friends it's story time. Story time, bring your friends along. Last week, we read a story titled Fur and Feathers. I hope you loved that story. So today, here is another interesting story for us to read. Grandpa Farouk's Garden. Yes, you heard right. Farouk. Like Farouk in Nosritu Diamond, right? Good. But the Farouk in Nosritu Diamond is not a grandpa. Okay? Yeah, you know that. So here is Grandpa Farouk wearing glasses, looking at a very small boy. Both of them are in a garden. This is Grandpa Farouk's garden. What can you see in Grandpa Farouk's garden? You can see a tree with pear fruits on it. You can see flowers and beautiful insects, butterfly, ladybug, and bee. Do you have a garden? What do we want to learn about Grandpa Farouk's garden? Let's continue. This storybook is illustrated by Sam Van Wright, written by Matthew Khalil, designed by Nina Lewis, edited by Ingrid Nye, with the help of the Book Dash participants in Cape Town on 14 April 2018. Grandpa Farouk's Garden. Deep in the city, surrounded by houses and bricks and tar, you'll find Grandpa Farouk's garden. Amir visits Grandpa once a week. He loves the leaves and flowers and trees. So the little boy's name is Amir. Amir helps to water the plants. Remember, plants need water to grow. He helps with the compost and works with his grandpa all day. Compost is nutrients that the soil needs to help plants grow. When they finish, they feast on a harvest of fruits. One day, Grandpa didn't eat his pear. "What's wrong?" asked Amir. "My garden is dying," replied Grandpa. "Why?" asked Amir. "Look closely," said Grandpa. "Some pests are eating the plants." Pests are destructive insects. They destroy plants. They destroy fruits. Example of pests is a caterpillar. "We need ladybirds," said Grandpa. "They are the bugs that eat the pests that kill the plants. Without ladybirds, the garden will die." "I'll bring you a bug or two," said Amir. For a whole week, Amir looked and searched and collected. He found one ladybird on the sports field, 2 more at the shop, 3 at the park, and 4 behind the TV. Next week, Amir went to visit Grandpa Farouk and showed him his jar of 10 bugs. You've done well. Oh, my boy, you've done well, Grandpa said with a tear in his eye. Grandpa was very happy. The ladybirds were very hungry. The ladybirds ate the pests and the garden blossomed. From that day on, Grandpa Farouk's garden did what gardens should do. It grew and grew and grew. The end. Okay, so that's a story about Grandpa Farouk's garden. So what did we learn about Grandpa Farouk's garden? Yes, we learned that Amir helps Grandpa Farouk on his garden. And whenever they finished working on the garden, they sat down to eat a lot of fruits. But Grandpa Farouk noticed that pests were eating up the plants and he was scared that the garden was going to die. So he said they needed ladybirds to help eat up the pests so that the garden will not die. And Amir helped in getting the ladybirds that ate up all the pests. So now you know that there are some insects that are pests that eat up or destroy plants. Example is caterpillar and the locusts. And now you also know that there are some insects that help in growing a garden. They eat up pests so that pests will not destroy the garden. Example is the ladybird. So I would like you to think of growing a garden for yourself. What are the things or what type of plants will you have in your garden? Till I come your way again next week. Stay safe, be good, bye-bye.